All right, welcome back to Leaking Out with your hosts Cybershine 3 and
spoiler alert, Delaney, first episode I'm recording as a blonde. We'll see if that impacts anything.
Truly. Well, speaking of blonde shenanigans, we do have to acknowledge.
No, this is all on you, not me.
This is debuting a new segment I like to call continuity errors.
We're X-Men fans. It's gonna happen every time.
For those who just listened to our interview with Godzilla, you'll notice that I called that one episode 3. It's not. This is technically episode 3. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Maybe we had decided the one was a 0 episode. I don't know. Whatever. But I called it that. This is the real episode 3, though. It's just me and Lainey today. So it should be fun. At the top of the hour, we're going to do a new thing I call this or that. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to name 2 things, and the other person picks this or that, and we talk about why.
You all know how this or that works.
Would you like to start, or should I start?
Why don't you start it off?
Okay, so for our first this or that, we're going to start with an easy one. We're going to start with one, probably we should have done this sooner, DC or Marvel?
Now, this is a tough one. Because if it was DC or X-Men, I'd have to think. But Marvel does have a couple other things that aren't quite just X-Men. Like Runaways, I guess, except that just ended as we're recording this. And okay, I'm going DC. Shout out to my Gotham girls and the Arrows.
This is good. You're eating good. Well, I mean, other than Bop getting canceled, you're eating pretty good. New
and
Teeny
Green
Howard
Arrow getting canceled.
Yeah, but New Teeny Howard.
That's true.
And Black Label, so they're allowed to swear.
Yeah, I'm hoping that both that one, the Birds of Prey, I forget the subtitle, and the Green Arrow question, Batman Arcadia, are both good.
Well, at least now one of them's going to be good, because,
at least the Sienkiewicz covers will be great. So let's see, for your first one, we'll go with Young Justice or Justice League.
Now, that's a great question.
I would have put Young Justice versus Justice Society, but I know you're answering that one.
Well, yeah, that one's too easy. I'm gonna be real. I've been catching up on JLU, so I do have a lot of love in my heart for the Justice League right now. I'm still gonna have to give it to Young Justice, though.
Okay.
I think the characters are just more engaging. I think this is what helps when you have a more consistent roster, is that you can be like, I really like this set of characters.
Now, define the Young Justice consistent roster for me.
Well, you have the main 3. You have Khan, you got Tim, and you got Impulse. I would throw Cassie in there as well. Can we throw me in there? I feel like
she only interacted with them when they were the Teen Titans.
Oh, yeah. See, that's where it gets weird.
You're thinking of Sissy, King Jones, Arrow.
Yeah, we can put Sissy in there.
No, because she ends up quitting.
But that's my point, right? Is that it gets weird.
I would definitely include Secret.
Yeah.
And arguably Empress gets included in there as well.
That's fair.
I would say Slobo doesn't really count, and Sissy also doesn't really count, but they're both very important characters.
Can you believe they did
and the Ray? The Ray was a member for a while.
They did a whole event, like it's the House of El and the House of Zarnia, and they're going to fight Brainiac. I don't think Slobo even gets a name check.
Well, that's because Slobo is a whole complicated mess with Lobo, clones, and blood, and regrowing.
Crush is better.
Yeah, well, yeah, that goes without saying, because she's gay.
Speaking of that, so here's your this or that.
Was it New Teen Titans versus Adam Class Teen Titans?
I should. No, I was gonna say Thought Son or Gay Daughter.
I'm going with the gay son to make me stew.
Rejecting. I respect it. I respect it. Personally, I think Gay Daughter, because then we can write tragic songs together.
Or just sit and write fanfic on opposite sides of the room.
This is true. Alright, your turn.
Let's go with the giant size or the 05.
Ooh, for X-Men lineups, that's a great question. This might come as a surprise. I'm actually going to pick the 05.
Everyone, this is the second time that Cybershine has been wrong.
If you had said literally any other iteration of the Claremont gang, I would have. Okay. But
Thunderbird brings it down.
Sunfire and Thunderbird really bring it down.
And see, if I really wanted to make it even, I'd go with the main Claremont, the Claremont's core versus the 05 plus Havoc and Polaris. But obviously, I did not go that way.
Well, and then there's the B team that Claremont has for a bit, where it's Banshee without his powers, Polaris, Havoc, and Iceman. That's a pretty solid. I like that team lineup.
Outback lineup's great.
Outback lineup's good.
I don't know. I did the whole presentation about ranking the X-Men teams.
I think what it is though is that the O5 like consistently like have stories that I geek out about. You know, I love Archangel. I love Candy Southern. Bobby being gay.
Bobby, you're gay.
I've really been enjoying. This is kind of weird. I've really been enjoying what McKay has been doing with Beast recently.
It's been fun to have a Beast and Cyclops dynamic back after so long in Krakoa.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that. I mean, Cyclops is a goat, as we know.
Man,
the only thing that brings down the O5 is Jean, frankly. Which I guess continues my trend of just hating women, apparently.
Yeah, this has been known.
This keeps happening. Let's do one more each. So my final this or that for you. I liked that team idea, so I'm going to bring that back. But here's the question. Here's the question for you. And you got to be objective about this. Krakoan Excalibur or classic Excalibur?
You said be objective about this, but that's impossible, so I'm going to say Krakoa and Excalibur.
Interesting.
It's
a hard question.
It's a fun twist. And of all, like, there haven't been a ton of Excalibur teams since Claremont, and Howard really did. It's obvious that she really cares for that continuity and decided to bring some of that in. But also the idea of Apocalypse, Rogue, and Gambit being the main trio of the team, that's interesting.
I think the one thing that could have made that book better
is if Nightcrawler was in it?
Yeah, Nightcrawler. Especially because he doesn't show up, like, substantially till Wave X. Like, he could have just been there. Why not?
He could have popped in and said hi. Yeah. And then for the last one for you, let's go with a couple indie solo characters. We're going Spawn or Conan. And now this is just an excuse to let you talk about Conan.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, as much as I do love the animated Spawn cartoon from the 90s, it's going to be Conan. I think any character that can exist for almost 90 years and people are still interested in telling stories about them.
Aside from Batman, at least.
Well, so here's the thing, right, is I compare it, this is a weird comparison, but I compare it to Mickey Mouse. Like, there's not really any, like, Mickey Mouse has become, like, a time capsule, right? There's not really...
Those animated shorts from, like, 10 years ago were the last time there was a bunch of new, like, what can we do with Mickey stories?
Even, like, Clubhouse is on reruns now. You're not getting new Clubhouse episodes.
Is Mickey and the Roadster Racer still a thing?
That's definitely canceled.
Okay.
So, like, that's my point, right? Is that now it's, like, all reruns and, like, the same...
When are we going to get reruns of Ryan Gosling in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
I do love that Mickey Mouse cartoon from, like, God, was that 2015, right? What was that?
Just those 2D animations.
Yeah, they were amazing. They're hilarious.
Like I said, they were like the last time that we were like, what new can we do? And then Goofy stole the show and they started doing more Goofy stuff. But that's because Goofy's Goofy.
When I had that all-expense-paid trip to Disney World, that we would come home from Disney Worlding and we would just put on the Mickey Mouse show. They had a channel on, like, the Disney resort TVs that just played that 24 hours. It was a good time. But yeah, like, Conan, like, you got Jim Zub, who's killing it on the Conan ongoing. You have Savage Sword, where a bunch of new writers, including writers I adore, you know, Fabian Nicieza, Jason Aaron, Roy Thomas, who's been retired for at least 20 years, was like, hell yeah, I'll do another Conan story. Why not? Like, I think he's simple, and people enjoy that. He's simple.
He's guy goes around in a prehistoric area and is hot and does things.
Yeah, like, it's fun. And I think that's also why you have a ton of imitators, like people.
Shout out Khazard, Warlord.
Yeah, a lot of that. I don't remember what publisher it was, but you had Barbaric recently. Oh, Kirkman's new thing, Skinbreaker. That's totally just Conan, but with orcs. Like,
everything to do with Marvel Savage Land is how can we put Conan into continuity in Marvel?
Except for when they had.
Yeah, I see it.
With the 8 men.
Commandy or Command D?
Well, it's true Morrison heads. It's got to be Command D.
Well, Command D was back from Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Did they mention that in Crisis?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because they have the Monitor has this whole spaceship, and the Command D detaches and falls down.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Scale issue.
Well, I think on that note, we should go to pick of the week. Let's see, this will be coming out November 5th. So while you pull it up, I guess I'll talk about mine. As usual, I only have 3 things on my pull list. I'm trying to be financially responsible.
No, you're not.
And honestly, I have a tough picking this week because it's between Amazing X-Men #2, Fraction Batman #3, and then DCKO Night Fight #1 is also coming out that week. Honestly, this is the hardest pick of the week I've had so far. I'm gonna have to give it to Fraction's Batman though. I've been pleasantly surprised with both the issues that we've gotten. This next one's gonna be a Riddler story. I love a good Riddler story. And while I was also pleasantly surprised with Amazing X-Men #1, I think it's always going to suffer from the fact that it's an event book, and I'd rather just like get a new story rather than like rehashing 90s nostalgia. And I am very excited for Night Fight, but it's mainly because I know he's slop, but I do love Dan Mora art. I just see Dan Mora art and I get happy. I can't. Mm-hmm. But no, I think Batman #3 for sure.
Speaking of event books, this week I've got basically 2 duos with Amazing X-Men and Laura Kinney Sabretooth #2, and then Batgirl 13 and Birds of Prey 27. I think from those it's obvious what I'm going to pick, and I'm realized I was trying to say it.
Oh, I actually don't know.
Oh, it's Birds of Prey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know, like, Dinah's wearing an Archer costume, and that alone has sold me.
I do. This is why I need to start catching up on that book. Mm-hmm. It is good.
It's this is the penultimate issue?
Yeah, is it 27?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the penultimate issue of Birds of Prey, which is a tragedy, but I'm excited to see how Thompson wraps this up. I trust her. In Thompson we trust. I think that can be the new motto of the podcast.
I already had a very controversial take on Laura Kinney on this podcast, but I guess we'll continue the trend. I actually didn't mind Laura Kinney Sabretooth #1. I thought it was pretty fun. I like the dynamic between the siblings. I thought that was fun.
I like that there's no Logan in it.
The kid was cute. I know people are not keen on giving characters random children, but like, let's be honest, that's how we get new marketable plushies. Like, how many times, like, it's a good example. I mean, even like Franklin, like going all the way back to like Franklin, it's like the only way that we're going to get new ideas is if we start like mixing
I see the argument
together.
behind that. And there are definitely some characters who are, if not actual children, spiritual children, like Laura to
Laura's
Logan,
a very good example, yeah.
and Gabby to Laura. I do think that there are ways that we can introduce new characters without them strictly being children. I see your point.
I think it's weird how many give them a child characters there are in AOR. I'll say that much, because Temper, Laura...
I've been, and this is a spoiler for Cloak or Dagger, so mute this, skip ahead for a little bit. Cloak and Dagger have a kid.
Finally. I'll say, you know what? Maybe that's controversial, but finally. It's been a little too long.
Then there've got to be some other kids in Age of Revelation, but you know...
Alex. Alex has a son in Sinister.
They've been getting busy in these past 10 years, that's what it is.
See, and the thing is, like... Okay, we're going to pick this back up in the app session, but you know what? I'm just going to put a pin in it and we'll come back in the app session. We're going to move on now to another new segment. This is called Bacon Number. Why don't you take this away?
Everybody knows what the Bacon Number is. It's the 7 degrees of separation game. How many degrees of Kevin Bacon are you from somebody? For instance, my Bacon Number, it's got to be pretty small because I go to my dad, to his brother, to any number of the random celebrities he knows. I could go to Mario Batali, I could go to Jimmy John of Jimmy John's fame. Let's see. I think there's got to be a couple others, but one of them's got to have done something with Kevin Bacon at some point. This is just a chance for me to flex that I've eaten Mario Batali's Thanksgiving leftovers. He's a disgraced celebrity chef.
I've met...
Oh, if we're going with just random meetings rather than actual connections, then yeah. This gets easier.
This is so bad.
But we're doing this with comic book characters. That's the point.
Oh, yeah,
so let's
right.
get back on track.
I forgot. I was like, wait, let me actually figure out my real one.
So I'll give you a start. I'll have you go from Alan Scott to Conan.
Okay.
Connect a couple of your favorites.
Okay, shortest path.
Or most direct path you can think of.
Most direct path, Alan and Diana were on the JSA. The Wonder Woman Conan crossover.
Oh yeah, there was a Wonder Woman Conan crossover. I forgot about that.
If we want to go a bit more weird, I will say,
go through the Marvel DC crossover.
Conan is going to be appearing in the new Mortal Kombat game.
Oh, and then you use that to DCKO, which Alan is. Well, no, I know Jay's a part of, not Alan.
Yes. I was going to say, Conan's going to be in the new Mortal Kombat game, which does feature Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero will be in DCKO, and also in Mortal Kombat versus DC. But let's see, Sub-Zero fought Batman, and Batman was an honorary member of the JSA. I just read that issue where they give him the official title as an honorary member. 40s comics are hard. Mm-hmm. I've only read like 2. I've read the first appearance of Alan Scott, which wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. But I've tried to read All-Star Comics number 8. Woof.
Yeah, I get it. I read Action Comics number 1.
See, the thing is, though, with that, the Superman story is not that bad.
Well, yeah, because
you can get that through that. But like the Zatara and
like Superman in Action Comics number 1, that's before Metropolis. This is in Cleveland.
Yep, it's in Cleveland.
Beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. Except that's not true because you can't see the burning lake.
I want you to connect. We're gonna go Trans-Universe again. I want you to connect Stephanie Brown with Kate Bishop. Bring the purples together.
Stephanie Brown dated Tim Drake, who is friends with Jubilee, and dated Jubilee actually during the Marvel DC crossover. This was when Jubilee became Sparrow for Darkclaw. Mm-hmm. Then from Jubilee, let's see, we can get to Jubilee. She's got to have a connection with Prodigy. Her Speed. What am I missing here? Let's go. I'm seeing the Vision. I'm just not putting it all together right now.
And the Scarlet Witch.
Indeed. So, why do people keep? See, I haven't read enough of the new X-Men Academy X stuff to know about Prodigy. But let's see. I'll go Jubilee to Laura from Exterminators, Laura to Prodigy and NYX, Prodigy and Kate Bishop, Young Avengers.
Nice.
There's a much more direct path there. But that didn't have to go through Laura, but.
You got another one for me, or you want to move on?
I can do it. Oh, the other direct thing is Steph and Nightwing have hung out. Nightwing to Laura to
Prodigy, yeah,
Prodigy
thank you,
Kate.
Bruno Redondo. Very
Except
cool.
that's in that's the week after this comes out, so it hasn't happened yet. But we saw the previews, so for you, let's go with. We'll keep it within the universe. So that'll keep the number pretty small. Let's go from Sam Alexander to Dog Logan. I hate that I hope the sound came across.
So,
actually, this isn't too bad because Dog Logan just is a connection to Wolverine +1.
Well, I was gonna say that Sam Alexander Nova, obviously was on the Champions. Mm-hmm. See, I can cheat and use Scott, and just be like, well, Scott. And then Scott's been in almost every X-Men thing
arguably, you
ever.
have to count Scott and Young Scott separately, but that's an argument.
Scott, Young Scott, EDA Okonkwo, because they were on, I don't remember what lineup that was, but that lineup where it's Young Cyclops, Young Angel.
Are you going from Young Scott to Temper to Old Scott?
Young Scott to Temper to Quentin Quire to Dog Logan.
Oh,
because that's who he's hanging out with in that arc of Wolverine and the X-Men.
What a time!
So you didn't anticipate that. I didn't even need Logan.
Good job. Well, arguably you did because he was the ending point.
Truly. Matrix.
Okay.
To.
This is not as fun without the whiteboard and markers.
It is a lot more fun with the whiteboard and markers. Matrix to... It's going to be evil. Matrix to Kara.
To Kara?
Because they never appeared in a book together. I checked this.
I mean, you can just go May to Clark to Kara.
There you go.
That I don't know what you want me to say here. You could go through a whole 0-hour nonsense rabbit hole and go to that Barbara Gordon and through Gotham and and go to Steph to Kara.
There you go. I like that.
Okay, that would be like.
We should have been doing the numbers for this whole time. The whole point is that there's a number.
No, the whole point is having fun.
That's true.
You want to do one more each?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
How about you go from Lobo
Oh.
to... Are we keeping this just to comics characters, or just to any media?
If you think I can do it, yeah, give me anything.
Okay. Let's go from... I feel like there's got to be a way to do this. I think we've even gone some of it. We'll go Lobo to Alvin, of Alvin and the Chipmunks fame.
Ooh, this is a fun one. So the way we're going to do
possible.
this is we're going to go Lobo to Batman. Obviously. They've had a bunch of crossover. Batman to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because of the three different crossovers. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to that Fox Kids Saturday morning anti-drug PSA that featured Alf, the Ninja Turtles, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Captain Planet, and like a bunch of other guys. And that's how we're getting to Alvin and the Chipmunks.
So when are we going to get Lobo and the Chipmunks?
That would go crazy.
DC?
Better than
The idea's yours.
Better than Lobo the Duck, frankly.
I argue better than Logo.
That's a hot take.
No, it's not. We all know.
Well, now I want to get fun with it. Okay. Fozzie Bear
Okay.
to Magic.
Am I allowed to count the Muppets variant covers?
No.
Okay. So, let's see. Well, we'll go from Fozzie to Superman from the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to just say Superman to anybody in the DC universe, or do I have to go through the comic to the Dark Crisis Flash tie-in thing, which connects to Earth is 789, I believe is what it is. 7889. See what they did there?
Yeah, I like that.
And that gives us to Barry, which is then part of the DC universe. And from Barry, we'll go to Wally, because he would have been the Flash time of the Marvel DC crossover.
Yeah, he was Speed Demon.
Yep. So that gets us to Ghost Rider, who somehow I don't think has teamed up with Magic. Wait. Well, we can go from Ghost Rider to Spirit Rider, Kushala, who's teamed up with Magic in the Midnight Suns series.
There you
the
go.
game.
If you recall from the Sir Superhero video, actually, Mephisto and Belasco have rival spirits, remember? Because it's the spirit of vengeance and the spirit of corruption.
And then the spirit of variance fits in there somehow, who is Banshee.
But again, yeah, somehow they did a whole thing of like Belasco having spirits, but Magic doesn't.
They aren't mutants.
Show up?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, very confusing.
When we'll get Ileana as a Ghost Rider with Piotr as her mount.
That would honestly make Pixie interesting to me if they were like during Pixie's imprisonment in Limbo, when they were bargaining for Magic Soul, she became a spirit of corruption. I would actually care. Unlike normal.
Well, no, you do care about Pixie, but only because of her relatives, the ladies' mastermind.
I was gonna say, I think she has better sisters. Oh, she's in a Cinderella situation. Her sisters are way more interesting than her.
When are we gonna get Pixie a twist in time?
That'd go crazy.
With one of the ladies' mastermind becoming an X-Men member instead.
Who does Pixie date? Do we have like a
I don't know.
Prince Charming stand-in?
Do you think I care about Pixie enough to know?
Well,
her
we just need to recreate the "I forbid you to take another step down these stairs" bit. Okay.
A truly iconic cinematic moment that we should all remember.
I think that's a pretty good segue into yapping about random stuff. That's a pretty funny scene. I like it. I was gonna go back to kids. Yeah. Why are there so many kids in AOR? It's kind of weird.
Well, really, the thing is, why are there so many kids that just get sent on a bus to nowhere?
Do you think they all died on that bus that blew up?
In New Warriors?
Yeah.
Every comic book kid that's never been brought up was on that bus?
It's that or the bus from New X-Men that blows up right before...
Stephanie Brown's daughter, Show goes on there now. He time traveled back to the bus.
Well, he's okay. He's in Otherworld.
Yeah, he's playing on the farm upstate. Don't worry about it.
I like to think... Well, okay, so here's what's weird about Otherworld is that Otherworld's like one of those like Apocalypse and New Genesis style places that connects like to all reality. So the Shogo in Rivals is technically
the same Shogo.
Shogo, yeah.
Technically, yes. That's not going to get addressed. Just like how nobody cares about how the Batman Who Laughs is trapped in Fortnite.
What a loser. Well, speaking of
So if we get Fortnite and Marvel to crossover, could we have Shogo and the Batman Who Laughs crossover and fight?
And then Snake Eyes comes in for fun. What's some other Fortnite? LeBron James.
And I guess there's already a shit ton of Marvel characters over in Fortnite, so it doesn't matter too much that Shogo's there.
Very true. Maybe Fortnite is like the afterlife for IPs. Ooh, that's dark. That's a dark thing I just said. Oh well.
It can't be unsaid now.
It can't be unsaid. I was gonna bring up, speaking of like Marvel rival characters that are technically the same, the whole situation that's going on with Psy right now. Because Psy's getting her new miniseries,
which is specifically talking about how it's the Psylocke of Marvel Rivals. However, it's also I believe it's just supposed to be part of the Demon Days continuity.
Yep.
Like all the other universes of Marvel Rivals is similar but different.
Yes.
And then there's just Demon Days. Because Peach
if you're gonna make any universe canon,
because Peach Momoko is Peach Momoko, and how can you take anything from her?
I'm very excited for that mini.
The Momogoat.
Gonna get a lot of Asian talent drawing beautiful art of Marvel characters. We know Stan Sakai is gonna be on that book. Here's hoping Hero. Fingers crossed. That'd be cool.
We can hope, yeah.
But if they want younger talent, I could totally see. I don't remember their name, but whoever did the Kid Venom miniseries from a while ago, that was
I don't
really
know
pretty.
anything about the Kid Venom series.
The art was really pretty.
Okay.
So
and the story was also there.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be fun. What's some other stuff? Do you have anything? I feel like I'm leading the app. Do you want to?
I've led a lot of the apps. I'll let you keep taking the lead on this one.
Of the time of recording, I just finished Imperial. Very excited for the future of the Marvel Cosmic Universe. I would describe neither of us as like the biggest fans, but for people who aren't the biggest fans, we've read quite a bit of Marvel Cosmic.
Over this past summer, I did read all 4 Annihilation events over one weekend.
Yeah.
So that's Annihilation Conquest, Annihilation, the one that has the negative zone.
Yeah.
And then the last Annihilation. So
is it Infestation? Annihilation Infestation?
That sounds right.
It's I something.
Yeah, that's Infestation sounds right. I don't know.
That was the negative zone, so it's like bugs.
Yeah, that was all of these are negative zone because Annihilation.
Right.
Well, except not really because the second one wasn't really, and the third one was only, and the last Annihilation was only kind of. After the first one, Annihilation just became a stand-in for we're doing something big to Cosmic, and frankly, this should have been Imperial Annihilation or Annihilation : Imperial.
That would have been nice.
I just think that they thought it was too soon since the last Annihilation. Which, fair enough. It would be weird to have the last Annihilation, and a couple years later, we're back.
It's interesting to me with this book that it was initially marketed as we're bringing back the Inhumans. Then issue 1 dropped.
Inhumans.
And it was all about Marvel Cosmic, so everybody's like, oh, I guess that was like a lie.
And then issue 3 comes out.
And then it is the Inhumans.
Yeah, it's been Maximus all along.
I really liked it. I thought it was fun.
Though having to have that 2-month wait was a bit annoying.
Yeah.
I will say if I was reading the one-shots, it probably would have been better and wouldn't have been as long of a wait. But at this point, all the hype I felt reading issue 3 has kind of died down. Just time to open up issue 4.
Well, and it's like the one-shots are just like 0 issues for ongoings and minis that we're going to get.
You could call them 0 issues. It wouldn't get the sales bump though because people see a 0 instead of 1 and get confused.
Yep.
Be more like 0 Hour and New 52. Wow, that's the first time that's ever been said. And just throw a 0 in randomly.
Be like us. We have a 0 issue.
Yeah, but we had a 0 issue at the start rather than a 0 issue in the middle.
That's what they would have been doing.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
I don't know. It's like, I think the thing with Marvel Cosmic is that the scale is just so big because it's not the main focus of the continuity. It's just
and the fact that Marvel Cosmic isn't a galactic scale. No, it's intergalactic.
It is intergalactic.
Which makes it hard to tell stories about a region because everything is so scaled up.
I'm excited though. I think it's going to be a fun new era. I'm really hoping they let it sit for a bit though and that don't roll into another crossover event.
It does feel like all of these are going to wrap up there's going to be these 5 series or one-shots?
Black Panther, Intergalactic,
Planet
She-Hulk,
Exiles,
Nova Centurion,
Imperial
Guardians.
So yeah, 5 things. It does feel like these 5 might all kind of wrap up their storylines and then come together for something. I don't think they're going to be like Imperial 5 or Imperial Conclusion, but I feel like these will all have this storyline, just one set arc that they do to kind of not undo Imperial, but go from the Imperial status quo into the actual cosmic status quo.
It's interesting to me that Marvel keeps bringing on Hickman to like revamp stuff and then is almost immediately like, okay, now let's undo the revamp.
I don't think God's been undone yet. Yeah, it's just been ignored.
But that's the thing though, is that I think with the new Sorcerer Supreme stuff, they're going to redo Magic. Yeah.
Okay. You think Steve Orlando is going to be the undoer of Hickman in
Well,
this case?
so I just read this in the new solicit, but issue 2. Okay, so from what I understand from reading the solicits, the Sorcerer Supreme that is going to be like the title character of the book unfairly won the title.
Okay.
Stole it from Doom during his whole thing, right? And then the Vishanti, our classic bestowers of the Sorcerer Supreme, are going to elect their own Sorcerer Supreme.
And it'll be a Sorcerer's Civil War.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's really interesting to me because it implies that, like, at least from like a magic scale, nobody cared that Doom held the title. That was more legitimate.
That was a fair and binding contract. The last time we saw a conflict about Sorcerer Supreme would have been back during Death of Doctor Strange, I think.
Yes.
When Doom tried to take it from Clea. But
Great.
Also, that was
miniseries.
like a one-issue thing where she's like, no, fuck off, Doom.
Get out of my husband's house. I love that miniseries.
Yeah.
I think it's so good.
I like bats.
We love bats. I think Clea slaying down Boots is always
If
fun.
Marvel gave me a Bats solo and a Clea solo, I didn't care about Marvel Magic.
Bring back Strange. Strange was fun.
Rather than
I know Jed McKay's too busy, but
Doctor
like
Strange is doing whatever right now.
Well, because now he's like an Asgardian character, which makes sense because now that Thor's being awesome, I'll say it. I don't care about Asgard. I care about Sigurd Jarl's.
Yeah. Now that we have Thor as a street level, Spider-Man in space, Doctor Strange of Asgard.
I will say I like that Angela's getting a push again. I know it's just because of Marvel Rivals, but like she's a fun character. It's nice. Also, it's going to be interesting to see now that Magni is a main universe character, what's going on with that. You know, I think it's a weird example of like giving Thor a kid, but at the same time, like there's so much more because he's from a fractured timeline where Thor went evil. Like there's it's a lot more loaded.
There's a lot of baggage there that Thor has to unpack.
Too bad he's a guy right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, son.
He's having fun swinging his hammer around.
Pascal Ferry is killing it on the art.
Oh, absolutely.
I love,
Ever since Avengers Academy ended, even before Avengers Academy ended, it was close. But Mortal Thor / Immortal Thor is probably the best non-X-Men thing Marvel has.
Oh, easily.
Like there's some X-Men things I'll enjoy more, but I think Mortal Thor is their most consistent right now.
I really like Moon Knight, but the barrier to entry is
especially with what we're going
now.
to the 5th relaunch.
Yep.
With the same creative team.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. So.
Whatever it takes to get McKay to 100 issues. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't like that Doug Mensch is has like one of the longest runs on Moon Knight, and I'd prefer if somebody else did.
And frankly, we did just go from glazing Ewing relaunching his book. So, although I feel like if this was being done in 2018-19, like Immortal Hulk, it would have just had a title change, but still keep the numbering. It would have gone Immortal Thor 25, Mortal Thor 26.
I really liked that note at the end, or the first issue of Mortal Thor.
Yes.
Where it was like, as much as this is a new number 1, it's also a number 26, and it's
not,
also a 300 and whatever.
It's everything that came before it, and a new thing, which frankly is the best way to approach continuity. Stories obviously should be new and fresh, but they should also be everything that came before them and take advantage of all that's been built up.
Well, and I appreciate how much of a team player Ewing is. Like, he's bringing in Donny Cates continuity, he's bringing in...
And frankly, I think that's being returned, where everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, remember those founding Avengers with Beta Ray Bill? Of course you do. And, like, it is just a very easy thing to do on a page. But, like, I don't think back when Immortal Hulk was coming out, there was this much consistency with, like, Zemnu.
Except for that one arc,
Ewing's definitely built up respect in Marvel, where everyone's like, oh, okay, if Ewing's doing something, I'll play along with it until he's done.
Yeah, the fact that Beta Ray Bill is showing up in, like, Storm and One World Under Doom. We got that great panel with Thing wielding Stormbreaker, which I have no doubt that once the Mortal Thor series is wrapped up, Arbe Sylvia will drop a piece of art where it's that same panel, but with Mjolnir.
And frankly, you're going to make the Stormbreaker version your lock screen anyway.
Yeah.
That's like 2 of your favorites right there.
Well, and I love anytime Ben already knows that people expect him to say it's clever in time, so he's just like, you already know what time it is.
Like in the Fantastic Four movie, we got that drop basically.
It's great.
That's the fun of having an established universe, is characters being bored of their tropes and playing into it.
It's just fun. See, here's the thing is that, like, Yeah. Do I think Marvel has pretty weak output right now? Yeah, but the output is fun, and that's nice.
And really, Marvel has a couple different streams. They've got the Mortal Thor type stuff that's incredible and all that. They've got the One World Order Doom and some of the X-Men stuff, which is just fun. But even if it's not the best, and there's the other stuff.
It's nice to know that Spider-Man's good again. That's cool.
That's what people are saying. Yeah. Well, which one? There's like 6 Spider-Man series right now, all in different continuities and talking about different people.
We're getting an annual here soon. I just read about it in the solicit.
Okay.
Saladin Ahmed's coming back to write a story. Hold on, actually, let me.
And is this going to be bridging the 2 Spider-Man?
I think it might.
Okay.
Let's see.
Because I, frankly, have not been keeping up with ASM. I have most of the issues sitting on my desk.
Saladin Ahmed, Joe Kelly, and more. We don't even know. But Federico Vincenti is doing all the art. I've read something with him on art. I don't remember what, but that name is very familiar. And we're getting a new speedster character apparently.
Marvel
whose name is Rapid.
Marvel keeps trying to put out super speed characters, but DC's cornered the market so much. Marvel has a hard time breaking in with that. It's like DC with telepaths. Marvel has such a robust telepath roster that every time DC tries, it's like, yeah, but you're not Marvel's.
Of all the Spider-Man villains they could have be like the new villain for this new character.
Who is it?
Do you want to take a guess?
No, I'm so late. Did you tell me?
It's Screwball.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
I love it. I might pull this. This is funny.
Frankly, I think Marvel and DC should have a little trade. DC gives away a couple of their speedsters.
Ooh.
Marvel gives away a couple of their telepaths. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Who are you putting in the trade?
Ooh, that's a good question. This is like NFL drafts. It's like, all right, who are we giving them? I was gonna say, okay. Is that the only way to get rid of Charles Xavier permanently? Is send him to the DC universe? Is this like sending Batman Who Laughs to Fortnite? It's like this is the only way to get rid of him.
It might be.
I think this is the way.
I think you could even take just a couple of those random telepaths that nobody really cares about. Like, isn't Cersei a telepath?
I guess.
Kind of. I don't know. No. Wait, no.
My answer though.
No, I'm trying to remember. Who's that 90s Avengers telepath that nobody cares about?
Yeah, it's Cersei the Eternal, right?
Okay. It feels wrong that Cersei's a telepath, and so I don't think that's right.
I only know her from Judgment Day. Moondragon. That would be. She's very DC character.
Take Moondragon, swap her for. Let's go with Avery Ho.
See, my first pick was going to be Liberty Bell.
Liberty Bell, okay. My first thought was Mac Mercury, but then we have 2 Quicksilvers running around.
Well, then Impulse doesn't have his dad.
Well, he is Jay. But ever since Joan showed up, it hasn't been the same.
Well, now the Boom.
Yeah. Not Judy, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Not Joan. Joan's his wife.
Joan's his wife.
We stand Joan Garrick on this
Joan
podcast.
Garrick, we will not slander Joan Garrick on this podcast.
Judy, a little bit of slander. She says the treat, but we do like the Boom. The Boom and the Impulse as a couple. Once he grows up. No, this is.
I think it'd be a fun team-up book. I don't want them dating each other though.
But
like
DC,
if we ever brought back
DC would.
Was it Speed Force? That was the name of the.
Yep.
The Speed Force Volume 2.
There was what, the 9? No, this would be Volume 3.
Oh, Volume 3. Yeah. Speed Force Volume 3 with the Boom and Impulse. That'd be fun.
The Boom, Impulse. Is this Young Justice 2 basically then? Or hear me out. It's Wally's 2 kids, Judy, Bart, and then also throw in the Tornado Twins who are time displaced.
Oh, I forgot about that. And let's throw Maxine Baker in because when's the last time we got anything good with him?
If we have Wally's kids, we got some Maxine in. It's like when your parents have a favorite kid who's your friend. They'll do that just to not upset anyone. Wally's favorite kid is Maxine Baker.
She is the GOAT.
So, well, yeah, she can use GOAT powers. That's part
the
of
best
her whole
avatar
thing.
of the red. Yeah.
So yeah, frankly, Speed Force 2 with Bart, Judy, Irie. I'm already blanking on the other kid's name. Chai, that's his name. Get Dawn and Dawn. I like this. Speed Force 2. Maxine. Also, you can even throw Wallace here if you need. If you just want to
no, poor Wallace.
Because DC needs to bring back the Teen Titans. That's what really needs to happen. DC needs to bring back all the teams for their young characters. Young Justice and Teen Titans. Even Teen Titans Academy could have had a good status quo. I've said all this before, though. Anything else you want to yap about? I
think I'm going to use this as a transition piece, but the last thing I wanted to yap about is, so we're gearing up for the Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman crossover here
Yes,
soon.
we are, yeah.
The first crossover. Well, I guess Absolute Evil.
That didn't cross over the heroes, though,
That's
notably.
true.
The first time the heroes did
Well, according to them, massive spoiler.
This is the first time the protagonists are crossing over.
Let's make this statement real here. All those YouTubers that spoiled the ending of Absolute Evil, like the day it came out, y'all suck. I don't even care that I like some of y'all. That was disgusting.
Well, which spoilers? Because everyone was posting Ollie.
You know, the big title drop.
Well, yeah. Does that, and everyone posting Ollie immediately.
Yes. See, at least... No, okay, that'll make me a hypocrite, because I was going to say, well, at least that one's in the first couple pages.
I would argue that's not better, especially with Absolute Green Arrow having been announced.
Yes, which, oh my god, that book's going to be interesting.
I'm excited to see who it is. I've seen people saying that it's going to be just like Hawkman hunting down all the members of the main universe Arrow family, and I hope that's not the case, but it would be cool.
I do like his design. But yeah, we're getting that big crossover. Apparently, at least I know from the Batman side of it, it's like Bruce is going to go to hell to try to figure out how to save Wayland from being Killer Croc. I don't know how that works, but sure.
Hell's probably got an answer.
Why not? Dare I say? Maybe he'll go to Cersei, and Cersei, I mean, she does do animal stuff normally, so...
She's going to turn him into a pig and be like, you want him to
This
be
is
a
a massive
crocodile.
improvement, frankly.
Men are pigs, so here he is. No change.
And I don't remember...
So see what? Well, yes, he canonically does. I say canonically about mythology.
What? What's
But,
the
yeah.
Absolute Wonder Woman side? I don't remember.
I want to say that it's just basically her running into Bruce. So maybe Bruce starts on his quest in Absolute Wonder Woman and finishes it in Absolute Batman. And there's a situation where they're collected in both trades.
Yeah, the Mark of Hecate at a crime scene in Gotham draws Wonder Woman into Batman. Okay, so she's
Okay.
investigating something.
And then he goes and exchanges the favor.
That's fun. I'm really excited.
I'm excited to see what other crossovers we can get. I feel like Green Lantern and Flash could be interesting.
That could be interesting.
I hope Martian Manhunter doesn't cross over.
Yes. Well, because we still have another month until it comes back. No, it's not till December that it comes back, so we have a while.
Yeah? Say just about another month.
Yeah. What I'm curious, though, is how this is going to work in trade.
I feel like it'll be a situation where both get collected in both.
That makes sense to me.
Because I've seen that happen quite more lately than I had in the past.
And then we'll be getting Absolute Zatanna in the next issue. Well, I mean, she's already debuted.
And
but
that design.
yes, her design, which we love. We love very dearly.
Designs for the female gaze right there, honestly.
Truly.
Maybe it's just Hayden Sherman art and everything they do is for the female gaze, but... Well, actually, I'm going to clarify this because I'm saying it out loud. I'm saying both G-A-Z-E and G-A-Y-S at the same time with the female gaze.
Fair enough.
Because, frankly, this isn't a visual medium, but if you've seen it, picture her and take a moment to smile, and then let's get back to talking.
With all the Timverse nostalgia that we've been having lately with like JLU and stuff, do you think they're going to push a Wonder Bat situation? I hope not as well.
If you want to go into the Timbers nostalgia, the fact that we're getting a Batman Beyond with static thing.
Well, and like...
And I mean, that looks like it'll be cool.
Scott Snyder would never. Not because I think he's homophobic, but I just don't think he can. But like, Waylon and Bruce got something going.
From what I've seen, Bruce and any of them, frankly, with Selena maybe being the least.
Well, that's the thing is that him and Selena, there's like nothing, right? And then it's like
Compare that to Eddie and
Oswald, Eddie, like
Harvey.
Yeah, like
Waylon. Yeah. Frankly, this is how it is in the main universe too, though.
This is true. And then I really like the polycule that we got going on in Absolute Wonder Woman right now. I need to give you the new issue, don't I?
I think so, yes. And then there's always Absolute Martian Manhunter with the evil and intimidating wife.
Yes, evil and intimidating wife.
Awesome gay couple versus evil and intimidating wife.
We also have the Rogues. They're going to be storming the base with Wally here soon.
Absolute Flash is really picking up.
I really like it.
Kind of ironically, for the book about Speedster, it kind of took, it was spinning its wheels for a while.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what's going on Absolute Green Lantern. I haven't checked it in a while.
I think with that note, it's time for your favorite recurring segment. It's Bat Fam Slander Hour. What do you want to slander about the Bat Family today?
Everything?
Well, yeah.
Do you have anything in particular you want to talk about with the Bat Family?
So here's my thing. So this is where I brought up the absolute crossover, and I think you'll see where I'm going with this. It feels like, to me, every year the Bat Family gets more insular, in the sense that
you think the Bat Family is becoming the X-Men parentheses derogatory?
A little bit, yeah.
Rather than when they should be the X-Men story is positive.
Go to the 90s and the early 2000s, you have these great cross-family relationships. You have Tim and Connor, what's another good, like Babs and Kara. That's more the 80s, but whatever, it's fine.
80s and O's. Well, really then you get Steph and Kara when Kara comes back.
Yeah, Dick, like even when like Dick shows up in the Titans, it's a very like restrained Dick. Do with that information what you will.
And for a while, Dick wasn't even really a Bat Family character. He was a Titans character. And I feel like since New 52 is really since Morrison, Batman, and Robin, has gotten drawn back in. Because like in the 90s, he was barely interacting with them. He was like, oh shit, something's going on across the river? Okay, I'll go over and pop in for an issue or two. But barely connected with Murder Fugitive and War Games.
It's crazy to me that like when Damian had his solo, he was popping into other spaces more than he is now.
Well, frankly, his whole solo was, it really is other people popping into his space. You had Rose Wilson, you had Connor Hawke,
Flatline,
you had Nightwing, NITE-wing.
Oh, the Kryptonian?
No, this is Tad. I want to say last name Ryder. It's Tad. Chuck Dixon character from 90s Nightwing.
But yeah, like, that's my big problem is that, like, I don't feel like we get as much, like, community
I feel
anymore.
like this started at the end of Final Crisis with Dick going to be Batman and kind of leaving behind the Titans and just being a Batman character. And then New 52 really pushed that.
Well, and then, like, the worst example, and we just have this fresh in our minds because we just, well, for you, it was a reread, or was this the first time?
The
of
Metal. This was the first time.
Okay, this was the first time as well.
I think I read a couple things, but the first time I read all of it. I
But
read Death Metal without reading Metal first.
See, here's the thing, but like, this is what I'm getting at, right? Is that like, I feel like Metal really emphasizes like how bad it is. Because almost every issue of that is Bruce explaining what's been going on in Batman stuff to all the other characters.
And every time he's not on screen, I was asking, where's Batman?
Yeah,
where's Poochie?
He Poochies himself a little bit.
He's like, didn't I tell you all about the time I got trapped in the Quarterbell maze and they exposed me to Electro?
And I fought Joker to death and I lost all my memories.
And they exposed me to whatever. Didn't I tell you about all the times I got exposed to these random metals? And they're like, no. Are you okay?
Hal literally only knows because there was that one-shot crossover before Metal that he was there for, but he wouldn't know about that if he...
The Bat Family, like the X-Men in the Marvel Universe, they have their own corner, and they make it work because they can do so much in that corner. The beautiful thing about X-Men is that you can explore multiple genres in them, and that's when the X-Men lies at its best, is when it's branching out.
Yeah.
Which From the Ashes has done a terrible job at.
Yeah, From the Ashes feels way too insular.
And then the Bat Family, when the characters get to spread the wings and stretch out, and if it's a permeable membrane, when Dick is more of a Titans character, who will pop in for the Bat Family. When Tim is off with his friends and Young Justice or T-Tides or whatever they're calling it these days, and will pop in once in a while. Also, the status quo of Damian doing Damian stuff and just hanging out with all those other kind of reject kids. They're not rejects, that's mean. Jason. When the Batgirls get to do things that aren't tied to Batman, that's when it's best. If we divide up Gotham into a bunch of different sections, and frankly, and split them all up and invite other characters into those areas, I think we'd be better for it.
That's fair.
Like, and over in Marvel in New York City, they managed to have this entire New York City without feeling as insular as DC makes Gotham.
Easily.
I think some of that is just the smaller scale. Like, Daredevil is the guardian of Hell's Kitchen. He guards, 3 blocks?
Hell's Kitchen very tiny.
You get the Batgirls up in their area. Get Tim his own area as trading wheels. And let Signal keep doing what he's doing. Shout out Duke. We don't really have any problems with Duke here. Unless you do.
This is also a situation. Let's think about it for a sec. The only Batman character. Excuse me. Now this is going to soon be fixed, but the only Batman character right now who has his own book is Nightwing.
Yes.
Batman and Robin is still with Batman and
arguably it's more of a Damian focus, but yeah, it's still a Bruce book.
It's still
with
a Bruce
Damian.
book.
Or a Damian book with Bruce. But still.
Detective Comics right now is very Batman-centric.
Yeah. Oracle will pop in once in a while, but that's it.
Yeah,
At least
obviously,
back when I was reading it.
Yeah, Fraction Batman is Batman heavy.
Hattush is still going, and that's Batman heavy.
Hattush.
We couldn't make it through this without mentioning Hattush.
Yeah, it was going to happen. But still, like...
Frankly, I think we need to get a buzzer and start buzzing out whenever we say Hattush.
I think that'd be really funny. But now we have the next level. We know we're getting a Batwoman ongoing. We know we're getting Barbara Gordon breakout.
And that's what we're saying. These are keeping themselves separate. Batwoman's going to be over in Greece. Barbara Gordon's breaking out of somewhere. Presumably that's not going to be she's breaking out of the Gotham City jail to
really
go back
cool.
to Batman.
That'd be really cool if she's breaking out of Gotham to go literally anywhere else.
Okay, so I made fun of the idea of her breaking out of the Gotham City jail. It would be interesting to have Gordon be monitor to her. And frankly...
Well, now that he's a beat cop.
Keep it like just a very grounded story that takes place over the course... Like the whole mini over the course of like one day of her in the gym guarding her. And just the conversation about those two and their ideals.
I'm very excited that it's not Batgirl breakout, it's Barbara Gordon breakout.
Yes.
I think that says a lot about what kind of book it's going to be.
I feel like that's probably because DC was too scared to have two books called Batgirl at the same time. But even if that's the case,
I totally forgot about Cass's book. Yeah.
Yeah. A book that's been getting Cass out of Gotham and doing things.
Well, and having her with, like, Bronze Tiger, Richard
Jade
Dragon.
Are you not going to respect Jade Tiger?
No, I am. But, like even like Lady Shiva, like, yes, is like Batman adjacent, but it is also separate enough.
Shiva's I'd say Shiva's a Batgirl character, and that's how she connected to Batman, really.
Yeah.
It's like David Kane he's there, like Frank, he was introduced as a Batman character. His introduction brought Cass, and they've been more tied than David has been to Bruce, aside from Bruce Wayne murderer.
Remember when Arkham Origins tried to do Lady Shiva without any Batgirl stuff? Wasn't that
No, I don't know what
crazy?
you're talking about.
Well, wasn't that crazy? Her design was really good, though. That's where she got that iconic red coat. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just want, like... I'm going to be real. I miss the Infinite Frontier days of, like, the Robin Solo, Batgirls.
Which Robin Solo? Are you talking about Tim or Damian?
Damian's.
Okay. Because frankly, I kind of miss both of them. I think if there was I don't know if Tim should be Red Robin, but if Tim had a way that he could have a book at the same time as Damian, that'd be good.
Drake.
No,
Drake.
we're not doing this again.
That's what we could slander for hours. We could slander Tim Drake.
And we could slander about to the Drake, that costume.
You think we should segue to our final bit?
Well, first I'm going to say, what was he thinking with that costume? It's just brown. If it's going to be a duck-themed costume, put some green more green in there at least.
Yeah, is he supposed to be like a Drake isn't a male duck?
Yes, that's the joke.
Okay.
Except
he doesn't look like
last name. Well, really, it was designed by its Earth 3 counterpart, which is why it looks so bad, because the Earth 3 counterpart is stupid. And also Ginger.
This is good.
Yeah, Earth 3 is... I like the idea of Earth 3. But frankly, it gets confusing sometimes. Because what do you mean Steph is still a hero?
Yeah, they don't fully commit.
Why is she Batwoman? Why is she not...
it was better pre-crisis.
Like, the idea that Arthur Brown is this hero and Steph is working against him in the shadows, that's cool.
Yeah.
That she's a hero, and presumably he was as well. Last thing I'm going to say about Bat Family Slander Hour, Kite Man is Charles Brown. Arthur Brown.
You want to do something with that?
I feel like it could be a fun family reunion. Have a Kite Man and Clue Master one shot.
You should have brought that up to Tom King when we were saying hi to him.
I should have. No, because I want to keep this for myself, as I say on a podcast.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And with that note...
Well, really, if I want to do that, I'd put it in a cipher.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, there we go. Just Bruce is solving whatever Clue Master riddle, and the answer is hell yeah. And you see a kite go. You see a kite over the horizon. I think there's potential here, especially with Steph being Kite Man's arch nemesis in the show.
I'm gonna drop this hot take in here. War of Jokes and Riddles is actually pretty good.
Well, it is good because this is the first thing you read.
Yeah.
And fair enough, yeah. I read Dark Crisis and Overdose was one of the first things I read, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
See, now I'll finally be able to judge that. Yeah, I'll be able
I'm going to test that and realize, oh, wow, this is not as good as I thought. Why is everyone getting Black Adam powers?
Yeah, but it can't be Convergence.
Well, nothing can be as bad as Convergence.
And with
Not
that...
even getting into the tie-ins, just the main event itself.
With that, we're going to move into our final segment. This is called... we're going to call this Costume Runway. We're going to talk about some costumes. We're going to talk about our hot takes, our cold takes, just costumes in general. I'm going to start right off the bat. I really like Diana's 90s outfit. I like the jean jacket. I like the little Wonder Woman belt.
If her top had more to it, it would be great.
Yeah, if it was like just a black tank top, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like boob caps. They look really weird.
It's all straps
Yeah,
and no coverage.
Yeah, it's very strange. But like that's the only problem with it. I like that she doesn't have the tiara anymore. Her little like bob thing that she's got going. It's fun.
Yeah. If they want to do a callback and give her the jacket and jeans and a black top that isn't just straps, then yeah, I get it.
It should look more like what Donna is usually rocking.
More like what Donna's wearing or what Absolute Zatanna is wearing.
Sure. Oh well, and that's my conspiracy theory is that Absolute Zatanna is just like, what if we took the '90s Wonder Woman design and made it good? And boy did Hayden Sherman make that good.
Oh yeah. So for the next one, Wolverine should be in the blue and not the black or the brown.
Ooh, this is interesting
I don't know if this is a
considering
hot
your love
take.
of Krakoa.
It is, yeah. Like I like Krakoa. I think Wolverine in the blue way better. I think Laura in the blue definitely looks better.
That's for sure.
I think let's get Gabby in some blue. Not Akihiro though. He doesn't get blue. He's gonna stay on fire.
Do you have a take on how long the like Wolverine horn things should be?
So I think longer than Bruce's Batman years, but not as long as Cass's Batgirl years. If that answers the question.
Interesting.
They should be kind of comically long, but not to the point of it coming around to being.
So
cool.
you're very Jim Lee Wolverine then. It sounds like you're describing exactly just Jim Lee Wolverine.
Listen, those those costumes, those are the reason they
That's
stick around so
that's
much.
Fair. I mean, that's how I feel about Rogue. Like, I really don't think they've made a better Rogue design.
Has Gambit ever had a new costume other than?
He doesn't need it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, again, maybe another hot take. Unbreakable Gambit slaps. That's a great design.
Gambit needs to have the pink emphasized.
That's fair.
It's ridiculous, and that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
And we didn't need the whole miniseries about how he got the pink.
Is that real?
Do you remember the Claremont Gambit mini?
I don't remember them talking about that. Is that real?
Because I guess in his first appearance he didn't have it, and then the mini happens, and he gets the pink under thing.
Oh my god, I remember this now. God, that was a weird book. I liked it. It was weird.
It very much is the Solo Star Wars story of Gambit. Frankly, I feel like there's something going on here with Gambit, Han Solo. Well, that goes without saying. Would you like to describe that for the camera, for the podcast? Because they
Take your
can't
two
see it.
hands, make them look like little mouths, and go, and they're boys. I'm gonna go for one that I think is.
Is this another X-Men one?
Well, I was gonna go for a popular costume
Okay.
that I don't actually enjoy that much. I've seen a lot of people retroactively be like, the new 52 Wonder Woman design wasn't that bad. And I won't say it's not ugly. Don't get me wrong. It's
The
not
pants
ugly.
is not why it's bad. I think.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't like the top.
The pants are the best part of it, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't like the silver. She needs gold.
What I think you're saying is that Diana needs to wear pants all the time.
Give her pants, but give her gold. The woman needs gold.
Except for in the 90s.
Well, no, but she has the gold on her belt.
That's true, yeah.
And again, in my ideal version, take Donna's top, but instead of silver stars, make them gold stars.
Okay, I see the vision here.
Because to me, Wonder Woman's three colors are red, blue, and gold.
Yeah.
And that's why I also don't like...
That's why she's not American. She has symbols that are similar to America with her whole backstory with Steve's mom and that whole thing. But it's not red, white, and blue. It is distinct for a reason.
George Perez, I think, said it very succinctly. It's like they represent different things. I will say, what I was really messing with in Dark Knight's Metal is the cape look from Rebirth.
Okay, yeah.
I could bring that back.
You think you'd take the Perez costume and give her a cape?
Yeah, I like that.
Give her a cape and pants?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Now for this one...
Do you have a popular one that you like, or are you going to...
Well, I was going to say, let's talk Robins.
Ooh, okay.
So...
I like this.
Dick and Jason get the shorts.
Yes.
They both get the pixie boots. Dick needs the yellow cape.
Yeah. He looks weird with the green.
Jason can have whatever he wants. He doesn't need the pixie boots. He doesn't need the cape. He needs the shorts, though.
Yeah.
He needs some kind of ridiculous hair as well.
Any Robin
Go on.
before Tim who has pants, and I'm including Carrie Kelly in this, is incorrect.
Okay. So I'll get to Carrie. I'm going more chronologically.
Okay, that's
So we're going to Tim. Tim gets the pants.
Yeah, Tim needs
He gets
pants.
kind of combat boots. Black on one side, yellow on the other. That contrast is nice.
I really like, I know it's Dick, but like the way the Teen Titans show like depicted that look with like they're almost more like sneakers than combat boots. I kind of like that.
Then Steph, her costume is harder to talk about because it's so narrow, and also just every artist feels like has a different interpretation of it. I will say the most important thing for her, yellow cape.
Yeah.
Her costume should call back to Dick's more than Tim's does. It'll blend the two. She gets the pants because it'd be weird to have a teenage girl running around in just shorts.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
There were all the allegations about Bruce and Dick. It'll look weird with a teenage girl.
Ruh-roh.
So she gets the pants, but she gets the yellow cape. I say give her the silly boots. She gets the most important thing in my opinion, the red headband. It gets the little ears. I love that, and I love that her hair as Spoiler or Batgirl is like very sleek. It's just kind of there, and she puts on that headband. And it just poofs out like she's in a thunderstorm. I like the poofy
It does
hair.
look like she stuck her finger in like a socket.
And frankly, I think that's iconic.
Then
Moving on to
Damien.
Damien? Okay. There are two ways to go with this. I'm going to go with the one I like more. I like the Williamson design.
The gray.
Yeah, I think it makes him really stand out.
The only thing the Williamson design is missing, and I think this is integral, I love the little bird skull as the clasp for his cape. I think that's so cool. I love when they do that. And a hoodie. He needs a hoodie.
Okay.
Well, or like a hood, I guess.
I was going to say a collar.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like the other Robins, they've got their capes. Damien still has the cape. Damien's cape gets the jagged end, but he gets a collar as well.
That's fair.
And the collar brings in the red and some of the.
Well, it looks
yellow.
like Batman 666, right?
Yeah. And now if we're going chronologically, now is when we talk about Carrie. Her costume should be the most Dick-like of all of them.
Yeah, well, because it's just a Halloween costume.
Yeah, it's a Halloween costume, and even thematically, harkening back to the one that he lost.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's confusing because Dark Knight.
Don't think about it too hard.
We're not going to talk about All-Star Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, except that Dick looks really cute in that Jim Lee art. So
Well, and
Carrie
that
should
Frank
harken back
Miller
to that.
predicted killing off Jason Todd, like,
Yeah.
what, 5 whole years before they actually did it?
But then also made him lose Dick because Dick was the Joker. But Carrie Kelly's costume should be the most like Dick Grayson's. Any other Robins you want to talk about right now? Also, I'll throw in Maps. She doesn't have a ton of stuff as Robin, but a lot of them have a little red flower in her hair. I love that. I think that the female Robin should have some sort of red hair accessory. I like that it adds. Really, I think we could give Jason a little red newsboy cap.
I like that. Instead of the red, because he used to be a redhead. I think everybody forgets that.
Because like what that does is it, especially with Steph having yellow hair, that it really completes the whole thing.
Have they ever confirmed that when he came back in the Lazarus pit, it like made the hair dye stick, so that's why he has black hair
I
now?
don't think so. I think that that's why he has the white streak.
That is why he has the white streak. That's my new headcanon.
Okay.
He had the hair dye when he died, and now when he got resurrected, it's just stuck forever, and that's what he looks like. Because that's really funny to me. What I was going to honorable mention, if you're going to do the stupid continuity where Bruce was palling around as Robin, like during his like training days, if we're going to do that, it should look like Damien's costume.
Okay.
He should have a hood.
You're talking about in colors or design?
Design.
Okay, so like his is the Damien costume in classic colors, and then Damien kind of grayscales it, emphasizes the red more.
Yeah.
I like this.
Well, because like I don't like it. I don't like that as a beat of continuity. I like the idea of Bruce having a costume before the Batman costume. I don't like the implication.
I like the idea of it being more like early Daredevils in the show, where he's just throwing together whatever he can, take an old hoodie and a random balaclava he has.
I thought Arkham Origins did that well, where it was just literally like a leather jacket and like a black hoodie. Like
I like this. Yeah,
this works. Let's see.
Well, let's just say Jarro should be the most over-the-top costume. It should be the most Silver Age thing you've ever seen.
They say he's coming back in KO. They say he's coming back.
Okay, I hadn't heard that, but okay.
Maybe he'll be in Night Fight.
Maybe.
That'd be fun. What if he's the secret Batman design we haven't seen yet?
So you have it's Dick, Jason, Tim, Damien, and Jarro.
You gotta admit, that would go crazy.
It kind of would. As much as I would hate that
He
Steph is being left out of all this.
He has a little headband that wraps around the top prawn, and it's just got little bat ears on it.
Careful, they can steal this now.
Should we talk about what started this when we were brainstorming this idea? So maybe my hottest take when it comes to costumes is I don't mind Dick's red Nightwing costume from New 52. I don't like the red eyes, I'll say that much. I don't like when he has red lenses, but I didn't think the red costume was that bad. I like that it's an evolution of Robin. I think that's fun. And I really liked it in Arkham Knight. I thought it looked very nice in Arkham Knight.
So I'm gonna say that I don't think the Robins all need a through line from their identities. I don't think we need Red Nightwing and Red Hood and Red Robin. I don't know. I don't think they all need to keep the red. And I like that Blue Nightwing is so divorced from the idea of Robin.
That's fair.
Because that like we were talking about it earlier. The New Teen Titans era was Dick basically saying, okay, yeah, if you need me, I will be here for you. But I'm my own person. I'm doing my own thing. I'm taking this inspiration from Superman. I'm taking the black costume. That's still sure that's pretty Bruce. But I'm doing my own thing. I'm on my own, taking inspiration. Call me if you need me. See you later.
I do think the blue costume works better with the schema sticks, like when he does like a shock or something. Like it just looks more interesting.
And so brand new Titans, I am gonna say Disco Wing and Rat Tail are probably the best things he's worn.
Well, that's my one problem is that now that we've really committed to like the post Chuck Dixon, like all black with a little blue, we don't get any yellow in Nightwing costumes anymore.
I miss the yellow.
Some yellow would be. It's just a belt. Just give me a yellow belt.
Even the Nightwing mini before the Dixon ongoing, like that was a pretty good transition between Disco Wing, which doesn't feel Disco Wing doesn't feel like it will work in 2025. Unfortunately, would I love a Disco Wing flashback series? Absolutely, I would love a Disco Wing flashback, but it's not going to happen.
Marvel keeps doing it. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Nightwing Disco.
I'd like that.
Sorry, I got
to say about this.
I got way off on Nightwing.
No, but I mean, you made a good point though. Like,
yeah. Also, I like the Rat Tail. I think with the rise of mullets that we're seeing today, I think they could get a mullet again.
We can bring back the mullet. Superman should have the mullet again.
Okay.
Could you imagine Dan Mora drawing the super mullet?
No, I can't stop imagining it.
Ooh, or Jamal Campbell.
Ooh, there we go. Bruno Redondo did Superman for a bit.
This is good.
And finally, I think for the last costume take, I'm gonna say I am a Blob defender. When Cassandra is just the eyes and the little stone mouth, peak. When Steph is just two white eyes in a black face underneath that hood, I love it. When Jason just has a big red circle for his head, peak.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I like it. I mean, I love.
And we need to stop giving them just the random muzzles.
That's fair.
I'll defend Steph's current Batgirl costume because that's what I was introduced to her with. So obviously I had to keep defending it.
You can tell furries are starting to join the comic artist community with how many muzzles we got going these days.
I thought you were talking about with Beast World.
Well, that too. But I was going to say, I think a bat blob always works with Bruce. You know, you get these classic like Tim Sale or
when he just wraps
or
himself
even
up in
like
the
Todd
cape.
McFarlane. Like Todd McFarlane had a lot of good blobs when he
just wrapped himself up in the cape and you just see the eyes in the little ears.
It's great.
I love it. Yeah, it's classic for a reason.
That great panel from like the beginning of the Zdarsky run.
I thought you were going to talk about the Dark Patterns one.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Dark Patterns has some good back blobs.
Yeah.
Because frankly, we cannot stop glazing Hayden Sherman.
Well, so this is my thing, is that a lot of people are like, I think the white eyes are like an antiquated holdover from like the older years of comic art.
We need to keep them.
They're too iconic. Don't get rid of them.
And having the dark face and white eyes makes such a good contrast. It works for everybody.
I will say, I think Marvel keeps trying to give characters that don't have that look, and it doesn't really work.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about his eyes.
I could go either or. I don't particularly.
I'll say Deadpool. They've kept the blob
just
because I think the only reason he hasn't gone to that muzzle design is because his face is scarred.
Sometimes they try to give like Kamala like the white eyes look. With her mask, that just looks stupid.
No,
I'm gonna be real.
She's not a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
As much as she was.
Yeah, that'd be. Well, and then like Ninja Turtles is a really good example where it's like you can have both, and you can even have like an in canon. Because for a while, Ninja Turtles, the whole thing was like, oh, when we're like in battle mode, our eyes go white because it's serious time now, and that's fun.
If you want a numerous explanation, you can just say that they have a white. There are fabrics that exist that look good. That look good, opaque, and you can see through.
Ninja Turtle. Make you squid. Oh. Well, I think with that, we should probably wrap up. This was fun. I always like talking costumes.
Yeah. Especially we're recording this right before Halloween. I know I've been in a costuming mood. I have a Superhero costume that I think I've shown off. I've been working on a spoiler costume that I'll be wearing to con in the spring. And that's most of the way done. Unfortunately, I am going to be going with the muzzle for now. I'll get the blob. Don't worry. You all know me. I'm going to get the blob done. But costumes are on the mind, so why not talk about superhero costumes? And with that, I don't have anything else to say. I don't know if you do, Cyber, but this is Spoiler Alert signing off.
And this is Cybershine 3. Catch you next time.